Hey YouTube, coming at you with the Great League team from Cool Stevie. It is Shadow Venusaur, Goodra, and Typhlosion. And they said, so start off with a couple paragraphs saying the game is rigged. So in battle, I'll have to watch for this because they mentioned 2 times that the game messed them over. So in battle, 2 out of 10, Typhlosion versus Walrein, the 5-turn Incinerate should have had its damage register at turn 4, which should have killed the Walrein at turn 4. For some reason, the Walrein got off 2 fast moves and made it to the charge move, causing it to burn the last shield and lose. And then in battle 4 out of 10, the app crashed. This happened yesterday. Otherwise, I went 6 out of 10. Could have been 8 out of 10 if I didn't lose those. For the gameplay, my thought process was Typhlosion at the core, 2 Incinerates to a Thunder Punch is very spammy, plus the Blast Burn is really hard hitting. I used to have Quagsire on the lead instead of Venusaur, but I found Venusaur is better because besides Carbink, it also provides coverage for Jellicent, Poliwrath, and more fast move damage and more shield pressure. Thanks for the work. I enjoy watching your videos and I've learned a lot. Okay, so thanks for submitting. The team itself, I think it does enough to cover all its sort of weaknesses here, right? You have Venusaur weak to fire, and then you have a dragon and Typhlosion, and then you have a fire weak to water, and you have a dragon and a grass, and then you have a dragon weak to fairy, and you have a fire and a thing. So you are double weak to ice. I know Venusaur and Goodra double weak to ice, so that could be a little bit of an issue, but we'll see how it plays out. Let's get into the battles here. So Venusaur against Gligar. This is where it's tricky because I'd probably get out just because you are going to get outpaced. And outpacing here with the Goodra, well, you're not outpacing. I think they're just trying to go for the dig, or at least fake the dig, or build up a lot. So now it is, do you match shields, or do you just assume it is an aerial ace and they're gonna have to throw 2? It is a dig. Does not take you out. Goodra's pretty tanky. They probably can just farm you down, but not before you get another move. So they may invest a shield and just farm you down because they'll have a bunch of energy. Yeah, that's not surprising. It's not a great situation to be in, but I would just come Typhlosion because Typhlosion, the 5-turn, is going to register. And I would shield because this will hurt, and hopefully that it's enough damage between the Shadow to take this out. And it is Shadow on Shadow. So they go down with a lot of energy. You do shield once, that's fine. They are debating what to do. Okay, you have the Thunder Punch. This will, I don't assume it will take out because just non-stab. Instant swap there, and you got a Mantine in the back. Right, so you have some core breakers with these water flyers. Like on the Venusaur Typhlosion, like that's kind of an issue. I know this will hit for neutral, so it's not too bad here. That does a lot of damage. You should be able to incinerate down now. And I would shield up any move because it will hurt. And the Poliwrath is nowhere close to a move. So did that incinerate take out? It did. And then this will finish the job. Hopefully you... Okay, I should have... When people send me files that are just like the full 10, I sometimes don't go through, but then you get these like little like 10 seconds, 15 seconds that I would otherwise clip out. Okay, I expect a... Ooh, interesting. I was about to say, I expected a Psycho Boost in Bale, which you would have to shield, but you caught on the Goodra. There is your Ice, which we are going to have some problems with this team. Thunder Punch, got the shield. They will just be able to farm down. So now let's see what you're talking about. Okay. So you got to come Typhlosion. You get the full Incinerate through, so that's great. They look like they threw blindly, so that's stupid, but it does a lot. 2. Okay. That's right. So you're saying, I'm guessing on this one, you're saying that they go 2 and throw. Yeah, I see it. Oh, it's so annoying because I know this is where the mechanics of the game I'm still unsure of, and let me know in the comments below what you think if you know the mechanics for sure. I know that the damage does not register on the end of the moves. right? So if it's a 5-turn move, it's not registering on 5. It's a 4-turn move, it's not registering on 4. I don't know if it registers as a percentage or if it's the one before, because I don't. So what that would mean is if it registers one before on a 2-turn counter, like a counter wing attack, it registers on the 1. On the 3-turn, like Snarl, it would register on the 2. On a 4-turn Volt Switch, it would register on the 3. And then a 5-turn Incinerate, it would register on the 4 when the damage registers. Because I know for sure it does not register on like the 5 out of 5, 4 out of 4. It does not register there. I'm unclear if it registers just one before, like that, like I just mentioned, or if it's just like a percentage of it. So, because it doesn't make sense to me, just thinking about this logically, that it would just be a uniform one before for all of them, right? Because if you have a 2-turn fast move, registering it on 1 is way more advantageous than a 5-turn move registering on 4. So I don't know if it's a pure 1-for-1. So I don't know. That's not, so my things. Should you have taken that out and see, because you did shield, so the damage does register, go through in the ending. But you're saying that with a 2-turn fast move, if they threw it on the 4th, that it should have registered on the 4 and taken them out. And I don't know if it registers on the 4 or the 4.5 sort of thing. I don't know. I'm actually not sure about the mechanic. This is a mechanic that will never be explained to us. So we're just going to have to kind of go with our best guess here, unless anyone knows in the comments. Got the blast burn off, and now you're going to force a Psycho Boost here because everything else is resisted. Just letting this go. I mean, you have no shields because you had to burn one. Now they will be able to move. I mean, I assume they're out of move anyways. And then, so it wouldn't have mattered. But yeah, it's almost like you have to try and incinerate down there. But yeah, I see what you're saying. If you had a shield, it would have been a lot better of a situation there. Okay, terrible lead. Gotta go goodra right away. They hit you with a fairy. Holy smokes, this will be deleted. Get a move off, so this will be okay. Chip here. And then the question is, do you just burn this with Incinerate, or do you come and try and get ahead on Vine Whip damage? But now need to shield up a super effective move. So just going to come in Typhlosion. They should have thrown something. Like any chip on the Ninetales with a Weather Ball is good there. I don't know why they don't throw. Out comes a Carbink, so you just got to blast burn this and then get out immediately. But you can't because you're switch locked. So yeah, maybe let that switch clock get up next time. Yeah, Frenzy's the right move. Both are resisted. Frenzy just hits like a truck. So got to here. I'm surprised you got a shield. But this you have no answer to this, right? Yeah, you have Typhlosion and Venusaur have absolutely no answer. And again, those are one of those things where it's like, what I was gonna say is I don't care about losing a core Venusaur Typhlosion to a Giratina, because how many people have the Giratina under 1500? So it's not as relevant. Then my other thought process was then going to, well, then you potentially have problems still with some flyers, right? Because your flyers will do super effective against Venusaur, and some of them as like water Pokemon will resist the Typhlosion. Now you do have Thunder Punch for the water flyers, which will do double super effective, so it's not a huge issue. But then there's some issue like an Altaria, right? What do you do with an Altaria lead? Do you go straight Goodra where you're still behind on energy, and that's not even a good matchup? And if you get punished there, you're in trouble because then you have no answer. So I'm not sold on the Venusaur Typhlosion core here, right? I mean, this is not terrible because Incinerate would do a lot, and so would Thunder Punch. So again, this is not the worst one to go, but you're going to hit with Dark Pulse, and I wouldn't be surprised if they reset on something. Yeah, Ferrothorn, not surprising. Chip and dip into a good matchup here. So you have only resisted moves. Even if they can just go Power Whip resisted, that is still going to do a lot more than non-stab Aqua Tails and Thunder Punches. I'm assuming Aqua Tail because that's the better move to throw here. So they are just going to farm. They're going to get a Power Whip off. Power Whip will probably put you in the very deep red or take you out. Yeah, so red. They can't Bullet Seed down though. That's your sort of, I thought I'd do a little more than that, but maybe 114-14 Goodra coming through there. They will not be able to Bullet Seed down, so they're going to have to throw here. The question is, can they get to a third Power Whip? I mean, it does not matter. You would double resist it. Now you, oh yeah, I was about to say, you double resist it on the Venusaur, but yeah, coming in there is also smart. Getting a Thunder Punch off. Now you're going to stay in this matchup, or you're going to try and catch. I was about to say, trying to catch on a 5-turn poke move is not going to happen. The game is, oh no, this is okay. Yep. Okay. This has happened to me before. And now we can talk about how I would be embarrassed if I was Niantic and this was the state of my game 18 seasons in, right? It's embarrassing that these bugs still exist. It's embarrassing that these crashes still exist. It's embarrassing that the game mechanics aren't consistent. It's embarrassing that we don't know all the game mechanics because they never explain it to us. So it's one of those things where it's like, okay, yeah, that's a decision to have a team double weak to fire. And okay, yeah, goodbye. That was Niantic's way. Speaking about algorithm, you just got algorithm back. They're like, my bad on that loss there. Here you go. Here's a guaranteed win for you. Okay. Venusaur into Jellicent is a good matchup. Get hit with the grass. I assume they'll throw Frenzy, and it will hurt. It will put you to the yellow for sure, because Frenzy is a crazy... Ooh, Leaf Tornado, not even that. That lowers your attack substantially. So here comes the second one. Again, it won't take you out, but... Oh, now they're going Frenzy. So, oh, yeah, Frenzy probably would have taken you out. That's the problem with, like, Typhlosion. So now your attack's 2 times lowered. You're now against a water Pokemon, which Thunder Punch will chip, especially if you can get 3 of them, depending on when they throw. So they're either going to shield once and just get a ton of energy, so they have like a Surf and Shadow Ball. Or they just let this go. Good snipe. I was going to say, if they let this go and just go to shield whatever's in the back. If I were them, I would shield this, because this is going to do like 60%. Probably more. They'll probably take you out right before you get to the move. That's not surprising. But at this point, I think you just go Goodra, win the 1 shield, spammy with the Aqua Tails. You'll live a dig from here, so they have to kind of go double Aerial Ace, but then you'll live 1 Aerial Ace, and then you'll just outpace. So this game's pretty easy in the bag. Again, dig 1, take out from here. You don't really need to shield. Double Aerial Ace is probably the right move to go, because they would still need to throw dig plus Aerial Ace, so there's no point of that. Just go double Aerial Ace. You're going to live this too with 1 HP. Still a little trick. I'd probably shield that. You do live with 1 HP, but like, when you're so easily going to get to the next move, that just seems like a very risky decision for no reason. Okay, another Jellicent. How many? Again, this is... So, it did not say remix on the submission. It just said Great League. With the amount of Jellicents, I'm guessing, and no Annihilate so far, I'm guessing this is a remix team. That being said, I mean, like I said, I would have problems with this Venusaur Typhlosion core anyways. But yeah, I don't think the limitations of this team in the remix are any more than what you would see in the open anyway, sort of thing. So you either come Venusaur and force this to throw, or you just come straight. Yeah, you're gonna come Venusaur, force this to throw. Maybe from a non-shadow you live this with like in the deep red and get 1 move off here, and then you instant swap into Goodra and get off those spammy Aqua Tails. Do they still have a Pokemon left? No, they do not, so they're not. You don't need to worry about a catch. You just, again, you don't need to shield up the first move, but you should start shielding up other stuff. Yeah. you're going to outpace anyways. 2v1. Okay, Venusaur versus Cofagrigus. Kind of a neutral matchup. You outpace with the frenzies. Cofagrigus kind of sneaky in defense that can take a lot of charge moves. So goodra is definitely a good safe swap in general. You gave up my problem with that move there is they shielded a frenzy because a frenzy would have done an insane amount. You're going to outpace to the second frenzy before they get to a second move. They're on their own. So you could force that second shield or basically take it out. I don't know if it would fully take it out, but then you just essentially gave up switch. So they still have the energy, and now you got hit with a fairy. So even if no matter where you come, you have to come with Typhlosion because this could have Psyshock. Why do they not get a move off? Oh my goodness. Lesson number 1 for opponents here. Get off the freaking get off chip damage. It's better than nothing. So this thing is loaded. You're going to let this go? Aren't you just going to get farmed down on the Typhlosion? Maybe not. Maybe you have enough energy here. Grab that shield. They're just going to try and commit to the farm down because that's their only win con, but Incinerates just do so much. It's insane. Magnezone. So this is one where I'm honestly surprised you're getting out of that lead, and I'm surprised they're coming in here with this. Frenzy to a Shadow Magnezone. Shadow Frenzy to a Shadow Magnezone probably does like 90%. And same with the wild charges. It probably does like 80%, 90% to Venusaur. So you're both probably in an evenish matchup. So again, I know goodra is a generally good safe swap, but it just seems like this is an unnecessary switch given an otherwise neutral lead. They threw a dig, so this will probably just be an aerial ace. Oh no, it's another dig. Okay, who's counting here? Me? Nope. You have 2 answers essentially for the Magnezone, so it makes sense to go in here because 1, they're not going to get to a move, and 2, just getting that in full incinerate energy generation off of 1 there is huge. Going to come in here and force this out. Now we will see exactly how much this frenzy does. They get off a move first. It is a mirror shot. Will it lower your attack? No. Frenzy, I imagine this probably takes out from here. Resisted, maybe deep red, but probably not. Yeah, Frenzy is just an insane move. Yeah, it does not matter. You already got this one. Whether you shield or not, they go back to back here. You shield because that Vine Whip will go through and take them out. And you have more than 1 HP, so you will not 1 HP shield die there. Venusaur against Gligar. Again, bad lead. You're going to have to probably instant swap into goodra. This is one that you should instant swap, where you're just going to get outpaced to the aerial aces. You're going to have to just take a move here because you don't know what's in the back yet. Quagsire is not a great answer. Unless they're running Mud Bomb, because then that's pretty spammy. That this will take you out quick. I don't think Aqua Tail takes you out if that's all they have. Stone Edge is just a waste of all their energy. It is a Mud Bomb. Yeah, I'm running Mud Bomb too. I really like it. I really like Mud Bomb on it. And if you try and farm down, they're going to get to another Mud Bomb. And this will do like 50% on a Shadow Venusaur because it's neutral. Yeah, so that is a great amount of chip. And now they have alignment back on the flyer here. You can probably get a Frenzy off and grab a shield because otherwise it would take it. Oh, they have their own fire. And you just kind of, I saw the death in your eyes knowing that you were behind on energy here. Being behind a full Incinerate in a mirror match, even shield. There's just nothing that you can really do. Yeah, this game's over. Try and grab this last shield. They catch. Nicely done. They catch on the Gligar. Yeah, nicely played by your opponent actually, but it was tough there. Oh, yeah, once you lost lead and then lost switch there, Incinerate will absolutely just destroy you. And now they get to a move before that Incinerate registers. It takes you out there. Okay, so that was a 4-1. Thanks for the submission. Again, this is one, I often say this with teams that potentially have some play but have a lot of issues. I like each part individually more than the team collectively. And that's the thing. Like, we know Typhlosion with this Thunder Punch gives it a quick, hard-hitting bait move with only 2 Incinerates. Incinerate Blast Burn combo is just like so deadly. Again, Fire's a crap typing in this meta. Rest in peace, my my Kanto Ninetales, which I have not used because why would you when there's tons of grounds everywhere and waters everywhere. So that is rough there. And then Goodra. Goodra has become a super, super good safe swap. I feel like there's almost a little more hunting for Goodras because some of the, like, we know Gligar is a go-to safe swap, but Goodra, Annihilate, and Poliwrath have all picked up as safe swaps, and all 3 are weak to Fairy. So I feel like we're seeing a little more hunting for these types of safe swaps. So I think Goodra is good at safe swap because it's so bulky and Dragon Breath damage does a lot and then quick charge moves. But I do think that there's a little more hunting for these Pokemon. And then Venusaur is one of those, same sort of thing. Such a glass cannon, so glassy, hits so hard. Again, just the grass typing in this meta is very, very tricky. You would think it's not tricky with all the water Pokemon out there. But when there's so many flyers, and not as many fires, but so many flyers out there, it just makes it tricky. So you got to cover your weaknesses there, which is tough to do. Not tough to do, but it just takes a couple Pokemon in the back to cover those weaknesses. So thanks for the submission. I think I have like 1 or 2. I saw a Master League team, but it's from like an 1800 ELO, so I may still cover that. And then I saw a Great League from earlier in the season, which will cover that. And then we'll go over some, and then by that time, hopefully there's more submissions from you guys, and there are more of my team stuff. I'll go over the team that I'm using, the Quagsire Gligar core, because that's an obvious core it was a remix, but that's an obvious core that works in the open as well. So that's it. Thanks for watching. See you guys in the next one.